But this might be a good point in the show to say, to point out what's the difference between robots and AI. Okay, because people use those words like they're the same thing, and they're not the same thing. It's actually a very simple distinction. It's the mind-body distinction, right? The robot, that's the physical body, right? And the AI, that's the brain. That's what makes the decisions, okay? If you want a more easily relatable way to think about it, if you've got a blue-collar job, the robot's what's going to steal your job. And if you've got a white-collar job, the AI is what's going to steal your job. In case you're wondering which one to resent. But guys, that's progress, isn't it? Because that's a real new thing for humanity. Because time was, it was only people with blue-collar jobs who would lose their jobs to technology. We all know the guy, like in the 60s, he'd be like, oh yeah, I used to make cars. But they've got a robot that makes the cars now. And dudes would look down their nose at them and go, well, you should have gone to university like I did. And now that guy's going, yeah, like I used to trade stocks, but they've got an algorithm that trades the stocks now. And I just look at him and go, well, you should have joined the theatre department like I did. I used to have a white-collar job. Yeah, I was a lawyer, but I quit that for whatever this is. And you might be like, Yianni, you quit law to become a stand-up comedian? Was that a good financial decision? No. It was not a good financial decision, but to be fair to me, it's not the first shit financial decision a Greek has made recently. So I'm Greek, my family is Greek, my grandmother, my yaya, my grandfather, my papul, and my yaya. When I was starting to be a lawyer, she was fucking walking on air. She walked, my grandson is going to be a lawyer. My grandson's going to be a lawyer. Hello, do you know me? It doesn't matter. My grandson is going to be a lawyer. You're a dog, you don't speak English. My grandson is going to be a lawyer. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to quit that to become a clown. She's like, that's not funny. It killed her when I quit. It didn't like literally kill her. She died of an unrelated medical condition, which was my brother coming out. And she didn't die of that. How could she die of that? She didn't know. We didn't tell her. You know, someone's a certain age and you just do the maths and go, well, just wait her out. It's just a different kind of AI. You know, avoid it. I wish my AI was still alive today, because I don't think I made necessarily such a bad move quitting law for stand-up comedy, because I recently read an article that said that within 20 years, AI could replace up to 40% of legal jobs, but 0% of comedy jobs. Yeah, so who's stupid now? Not me, I was just fucking ahead of the curve. And all it cost me was 30 years of income. Genius! It's going to be a different world in 2050, because they do say that the jobs safest from being replaced by AI are creative jobs and jobs with an emotional component. Okay, so creative jobs like a stand-up comedian, maybe an artist or a sculptor or something like that. Jobs with an emotional component, nurses, counsellors, right? You will notice a lot of these jobs that have historically been paid fuck all. But in 2050, it's going to be us walking down the street with our cash money. Handfuls of dollar coins, making it happen. It's walking up to people going, oh, have you fallen on hard times? Did you do a finance degree? That was a bad decision. Do you want $1? Dance for me, banker boy, dance for me. You don't know how to dance? My brother's a professional dancer. He's also got a lot of money. Dance for him. They couldn't give them that test anymore, so of course we got this test. We all know this one, don't we? This is a cat. Click all the pictures which are also cats. And I think most of us are like, fucking nailing it. Cat. Anyone else feel unreasonably pleased when you get this one right? Like, look at the computer like it's an idiot. Like, don't you know what a cat is? I know what a cat is. That's a cat. That's the only one of these tests that I have failed. It was like, cat. My computer was like, no, Yianni, ocelot. Oh. And it refused to log me into a website on the basis that I was not a human. Let's have a quick look at what has happened there. My computer, which is not a human, is telling me, who is that I cannot convince it, who does bear repeating, not a human, that I'm human. I thought, I'm not fucking having this. So what I did was, I got my iPad and my iPhone and I lined them up in full view of the computer and I informed it that for every minute it refused me to log me into that website, I would kill one of its children. 1 minute went by, didn't log me in, got a hammer, BAM! Smashed the iPad. Cost me $1,000, but showed it I meant business. Immediately after I smashed the iPad, logged me straight in. It's one for us. And not even because of the blackmail, but because I passed its original test. Because apparently, holding a deeply violent and personal grudge at very little provocation at great financial cost to yourself, it's one of the most human things you can do. I think we already do kind of treat our devices like they're people in a way. Like, okay, so I don't use Siri because it's shit. Right? But sometimes I kind of need to use it. So, like, especially when I'm in the car and I'm driving and I don't want to use my hands. So sometimes I'll be using Google Maps in the car and I'll be like, hey Siri, I need a petrol station, right? And then Siri found me a petrol station and for whatever reason I missed the turn off, okay? And then I still needed petrol, so I was like, hey Siri, I need a petrol station, right? The second time I couldn't get across the lanes of traffic and I missed the second petrol station. I remember, before I asked it the third time, I felt embarrassed. I was like, I've already asked it twice. I can't ask again. Like I'm an idiot, Like it's, or just secretly talking to the other series and go, this guy, what a fucking moron. And I'm like, and I was weird. I was in the car, remember, I felt that. And I remember thinking, why? Why am I having an emotional response to my phone? It's an inanimate object, but I think it's because I was talking to it. I think it's because I'm communicating with it like it's a human. So I start to feel human feel, and like that is only going to become more prevalent as our devices become more sophisticated, and they will become more sophisticated. Like there's already things where like you can hook your appliances up to the internet. It's called the Internet of Things. Some of you may already have it, where you can get on your phone and you can turn the aircon on your way home, so that your house is cool when you get home. Right? That's version 1.0 of this. I read an article that was like, in the future, all of your appliances may have their own personalities. I was like, that's a fucking terrible idea. In the future, people with no social skills are going to be able to piss their whole house off. You can have like mates like knocking on your door going, can you cook me some food? And you'll be like, what, you've got food at home? They'll be like, yeah, but I pissed the fridge off and that won't open. I think the toaster's got it in for me. Keeps trying to get me to stick a knife in it. I was like a bath the other day, jumped off the shelf going, freedom!